wrestling street, right? Just been the buzz. Are we on the cusp of another attitude era? Are we approaching, an era where people can freely say what they want? Because people have said backstage they're kind of upset because The Rock had to come out and do The Rock, and
Yeah.
everybody got to be PG. What do you think?
Well, I thought we was already out of PG. I mean, everybody want to say the B word every other episode, and they probably trying. I think wrestlers need to find more creativity in that because I think what Miz said. I think Miz said I don't have to say all that cussing and stuff like that, and I can still get my point across, and that show my creativity, my acumen, or whatever he needs to say. And that's more challenging than doing that. That's why I think that's why people getting upset. Like Rock can say all this, but we gotta work around that and find another way. And that's kind of bringing out more of your skill in anyway. A lot of people react to the cuss words and this and that, and it is entertaining. I mean, but if you could do it without that, that shows more of your skill as a wrestler and as a talker on the mic.
I think too. To answer the question initially, we're not going back to that. It's a different era, different time, different set of fans. We all grew up with that, but now you have a different approach. You have more things out there, more things that kind of help you grow in that. But to
Yeah,
RC's point, but what he said about you cannot expect Stone Cold Steve Austin to come back and not be Stone Cold. You cannot expect The Rock to come back to be. Think about WrestleMania 38 when Austin came back in that KO show. If you remember specifically what he was saying, if you want me to whoop this such and such, give me a, what I'm saying, he did all that. He did all that, right? So how can you expect them to come back and not do that? I mean, that because if they didn't, it is a whole other conversation.
Because that is a part of their whole character.
Yeah,
yeah.
And what's The Rock without his catchphrases? Like, what do we have?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we need that, like I said, but like I said, everybody doesn't have to go that route. That's all I'm saying. And if I go back to the Attitude Era, it's better wrestling now than the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
So it's almost a better era, but it just a lot of wrestlers need to be more in tune with their character, and that's what the Attitude Era was about. Their characters was fleshed out week to week, and we love most of them from the bottom to the top. A lot of people, mostly everybody was entertaining, but the wrestling, if you look back at those matches, come on, a lot of them wasn't all that.
And I think you touched right on the magic part. Like it was the story. Like, man,
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
the feeling we had going to school the next day, man. I'm at recess where I want to be. I'm trying to we react in those scenes, man. It was the story that
yeah.
everybody caught up in, man. We was in the
Right.
backyard. You know how we
Yeah, we
did.
grew up backyard wrestling, everything. We went to the backyard to the game, and now we talk. Now we right here talking about it.
We were we were captivated by the story, and I think that's exactly what it was. That's exactly. We're not saying going back to the rated R era or whatever it was.
Yeah,
We're talking about that mystique and that nostalgia,
yeah,
that storyline. Because now we get to see Cody's story plays out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We don't get to see those type of things no more.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad he back. So that's the spark that
Yeah.
more than developing the stories, long term stories, and I think that's much needed. A lot of people have short attention spans with certain things, but if you stick with it, you see everything fleshed out, everything means something, um, and that's what you need in wrestling. It's
Right.
the story.
Right. And you touched on something, Lonnie, about we're in a women empowerment moment now, in history, and then that brings me to this point, and then we'll wrap up, man. Like I think Bianca's about to become a heel, man. I think
Um,
a heel.
it'll be interesting, but I see her and Naomi tagging up to face the Kabuki Warriors. And Naomi trying to convince Bianca to help Bailey because Bianca don't want nothing to do with Bailey because Bailey's been fighting her the past couple of years.
Right.
So I think the story is I think Naomi gonna convince her to go against Kabuki Warriors for the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
Speaking of Bailey, I mean, do you think that this whole Rock Heat, this whole Cody story? I mean, last time we heard about her match was like when some time ago. Like I kind of forgot about it till now.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, they had the main event match on Friday. See, unfortunately, you can try now. Granted, and this is me saying not ever having to book a program, not ever having to book, and I understand that, but I still can voice my opinion about it. It is hard. You can have good intentions to try to include everybody for the same length of time, but the fact of the matter is, it's not going to happen. Why? It's still a business. So, uh, I think I saw. I think Tony was it. Who was it? Tony Blanchard, I think, said it. He said, if you're not selling out, I don't care how much they like you. If you're not selling out, you're probably not going to get pushed as hard. If you're not going to probably be the main event, things like that. I don't care how much they like you, but you may not be. So that might be a case, but at the same time, it's a developing story too. It's still kind of fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would say give it time. Maybe it's not getting as much time as the main events. Yeah, we can say that, but give it time. Just let it build and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because the Rock's not going to be there always.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Yeah. But I heard Baylor's story has been kind of it's with EO, but EO hasn't talked that much, so it's kind of her and Dakota, and Dakota turning on her and siding with damage control.
Right.
And so now it's really about Bailey finding some friends out of nowhere because she's been trashing everybody for the past couple of years since she's been the heel. So that's why, and Naomi the one that stepped up, and hopefully she convinced some other people to step up with her, like Bianca,
Right.
to give Bailey a chance in this.
Mm-hmm. Man, they just scrap all that and go through my girl Jade in there. We get it all done.
I thought she was gonna do something. They had to stare down backstage with her and damage control.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So I don't know what they're gonna do with her.
We get it all done. She take care of all that.
She did her thing Royal Rumble now, but I mean, like she said, she getting paid for doing nothing right now. So she good.
I mean, she making appearances here and there.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing that, yeah, but not on like wrestling TV, WWE TV.
I don't know. Maybe they're saving her for like a big moment somewhere. Or maybe the further along we get to Mania, we'll see, what takes place, man. But man, this has been good, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This has been good. This has been good, man.